6. Collectively, we are the Mind of Men. Don't forget to follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, at 52 Scott Podcast, on Instagram and Facebook, the 52 Scott Podcast, and for all my YouTubers, don't forget to like and subscribe. And welcome to another Black Friday. Okay, my opinion, my motherfucking opinion. Now, if you're unable to think with common sense, if you're unable to think with logic, if you lack basic critical thinking skills, if you're easily swayed, or if you're a conspiracy theorist, today's episode may stir something up in you. If that's the case, I encourage you to listen with an open mind and get out your feelings. In other words, all male listeners, don't get a wedgie in your ass. All female listeners, don't get your panties in a bunch. Okay, fellas, as y'all know, our slogan is, we say what people think. So, if something is going on during the show, or if I say something during this show that you disagree with, don't hold back. Because I'm sure there are listeners who feel the same way you do. So with that being said, I have a question for y'all. Do y'all believe in the Illuminati?
Yes, I think there are some people out here that wants to control everything and take away from those, who have intelligence. They want that from them. They don't want them to have it. They want everything in the world.
I think so as well. Whether it's called Illuminati or not, and it possibly is. Messages were sent in my box with the Illuminati in it, and I get the hell out my box. And it's so crazy how they can make messages disappear and appear and just go away and come and no trace of them. And I think there's a powers that be somewhere. Yes. So yes.
Yeah, I believe in the Illuminati. I don't quite understand it, but I do believe in it.
Okay. Well, I don't. So, before I start some shit, let me say I'm not here to change what a person believes in. However, I do want to make you think. So with that being said, fellas, I want to know your opinion. Why is it that it seemed like only black folks talk about the Illuminati and you rarely hear other races talk about Illuminati?
It's a good point.
Good question.
Great point.
I would say because there's one race who controls it. So they're not going to speak on it because they want it to be unknown or unheard of so that they can do the stuff that they do. The whole Illuminati name means to be in the dark.
Correct.
To not be in the light.
I think, and this is my thinking, most blacks, like you said, you only hear it from black people, right? So most blacks don't give a damn either way. They can expose you if you let them in and something don't go their way, or they expose you even if everything is going their way and they feel like, oh, I need to come to Jesus moment. Let me go back to Jesus and expose the Illuminati. So I think that blacks, just blacks in general, I'm not saying all blacks, but some other races as well, they'll get to the point where they, you know what, this ain't right. The stuff that's going on here, they'll get a click in their head and say, this is just not right. Let me expose them. And most of the time it's blacks, but other races may be afraid of what the consequences may be if they say anything, so they don't say anything.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Why is it that it seemed like only the black community believe if a black person achieve a certain level of greatness, he or she had to sacrifice a loved one or themselves for fame and riches?
That's a myth or something that's going on?
Yeah, because although I believe in the Illuminati, I also believe some people would do anything for money. And it has nothing to do with Illuminati. You put a price there, they're going to do it. And they'll say whatever they want them to say. Anything, I think a price is, they can be bought, so to speak. They can just be bought.
I agree that there's a price for any and everything.
Okay, so let me ask this. Why is it that only black folks are killed mysteriously, and the reason for the mysterious death is that they didn't want to conform to what the Illuminati asked them to do? So
I ain't gonna say it's blacks.
you're gonna die a serious death.
Gene Hackman.
Mysterious death.
Gene Hackman. I don't know. I'm just saying he's not only black. What is the other? Who else died?
So
Amy Winehouse.
I'm glad. Why you keep coughing when you do this? Is it natural or you're doing it on purpose?
I'm doing it on purpose.
Okay.
Amy Winehouse.
No, speak clearly.
Okay, Amy Winehouse. Good. Gene Hackman.
Okay, with that right there. Okay, that's good.
Okay.
And I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
With that being said, are you saying that allegedly the drug overdose with Amy Winehouse had something to do with the Illuminati?
How many other people?
Allegedly.
How many other rappers, black rappers, have died from drug overdoses, and it was assumed it was Illuminati?
Well, I'm gonna get into all of that.
I guess what I'm saying.
I'm gonna get into that.
So it's the way they're going is always in a hotel in a bathtub.
Let's remove black folks, because I said black folks.
I said all people.
So all people with mysterious deaths had something to do with Illuminati?
No, I'm not saying they did, but it's assumed. People will assume that.
Yeah, that's my question.
Yeah.
Why are people assuming that if somebody black dies mysteriously, the mysterious death is because of Illuminati, and they didn't conform to what the Illuminati wanted them to do, a la Pimp C?
Here's my thing with that. And my belief about the Illuminati, I think it's certain black people with certain criteria or a certain amount of people that listens to them specifically that would give them the power to change something, is why mysterious deaths start to happen. When you have a major artist that can speak to millions of people and they listen, you have a big platform. That's the same platform that these people want to teach you how to do what they want you to do. You playing on the same platform.
Exactly.
And the same amount of people. And now that you can get to that amount of people and get your message across, now whether you spreading a good message or a bad message is what the difference is in those people saying we need to stop what you're doing.
Exactly.
Because Michael Jackson, for instance, this is one of the biggest stars, megastar. He had a platform so huge, man, he had countries behind him. And when he started to mention, hey, we only got so much time, 4 years, because I think what he was mentioning was once these Republicans get in office, we really going to be screwed. This was what his message was before he did this last tour. So with him having the power to speak to many at one time and them taking who he is, not taking it for granted and saying, man, you know what, we're going to listen to Mike because we love Mike. This is when they want to attack you. So every mysterious death, and I'm going to say, you said Pimp C. Pimp C wasn't that large. He wasn't there yet to have that amount of people listening and following him to do something. He wasn't there.
But there are some people who believe.
Yeah, they believe that was. I don't believe his death was Illuminati.
Okay, well,
I don't believe it.
Yeah, here go one, and this is one a lot of people tend to miss. Selena. The pecking order, and you know, there's only one woman that could be the star. It's not like men where we're several. It's usually just one. I think the pecking order would have changed because Selena was about to accomplish. She was singing Spanish and English. She was the hottest female artist out there when Beyonce had hit the scene.
Well, Beyonce was still in a group.
She was in a group, right, but she was on her way up. Selena was getting hotter. She was hot.
Prime example,
yeah,
Aaliyah was the hottest
right
R&B singer before Beyonce became that.
Correct. So what would have happened what would have happened if Selena had stayed alive? Selena would have been Beyonce. Beyonce would probably have been Sierra, and the pecking order would have went down.
Sierra,
like as far as the popularity, the popularity.
Selena,
it wouldn't. Selena would have been at top. Selena would have been just at the top, and then Beyonce, like it is right now. It's Beyonce, and then Sierra, and then the others.
What you're saying, Comedian 96, you're sharing an opinion.
Yes, that's
about
my
what
opinion.
you think. Yeah, what you think the pecking order.
I believe they took her out.
I'm glad y'all mentioning celebrities because that helps me with this segue, right? So I'm gonna go over a few names that are allegedly part of the Illuminati. Now, after each name, I'm going to give a brief statement by some of the conspiracy theorists about these individuals. So, the first name I'm going to mention is LeBron James. Now, here's a statement, a conspiracy theorist statement, right? LeBron James. Along with flashing the Illuminati hand signal from time to time, conspiracy theorists claim that LeBron James is a part of the Illuminati and was the one who killed Kobe Bryant. This wildly inappropriate claim came from conspiracy theorists who said the Illuminati wanted Bryant dead and sent LeBron James to do it. What do y'all think about that?
I don't
believe that.
I don't agree with that.
I don't believe that. I don't agree with that at all.
The reason why I don't believe that is because the way Kobe Bryant was traveling, there's no way LeBron James could have controlled that situation.
You ain't lying.
The weather, none of those instances with the people on the helicopter.
Yeah,
there's no way LeBron had anything to do with that.
I agree. Now, keep in mind that these conspiracy theories also believe in the Illuminati.
Right.
So now, the next person, Beyonce. Now, her rumored affiliation with the Illuminati is so prevalent that conspiracy theorists claim her music, videos, performances, and photos highly reference the Illuminati.
Okay.
Along with that, conspiracy theorists claim she's the queen of the Illuminati.
I don't think she's the queen.
I don't think she's a queen, but I think she's very powerful because if you think about the horses that she's taking pictures on, she did the white horse, the red horse, and all those are the horses of famine and all. You get what I'm saying? So the same color horses that she took the pictures on her album covers are the same color horses that are in the Bible. Is she mocking the Bible? Not sure, but I mean, I'm putting two and two together. You got 3 albums with 3 different horses, 3 different colors, the same colors that are in the Bible. Come on.
K-Money, you want to speak to that?
I don't.
Okay. So this next person, Rihanna. During her Super Bowl 57 halftime show, Rihanna held up her hands and made the diamond symbol with her fingers. This is a signature symbol of the Illuminati.
She got that from Jay-Z.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't she put a sign under Rock Nation at one point in time?
Yeah, that was he's the reason why she in the game.
Okay.
So he was more a mentor to her.
Okay.
To help her get there. So that what she's doing is just his hand just
so far, out of the 3 people who are allegedly associated with the Illuminati and these conspiracy theorist statements who also believe in the Illuminati, LeBron James, y'all don't agree with that conspiracy theorist who believe in the Illuminati.
Not about him and Kobe.
Beyonce, Comedian 96, you believe that based upon the horses?
Well, I mean, if you...
Well, let me rephrase that. Conspiracy theorists claim that she's the queen of Illuminati. So let me ask a 2-part question in regards to Beyonce. Do y'all believe that she's a part of Illuminati? Number 1.
Yes.
No.
Okay. For those who said yes, do y'all believe that she's the queen of the Illuminati?
No.
Okay. Moving on. Now, Pharrell Williams, his videos.
Yes.
Okay. So
Illuminati.
Well, keep in mind, all of these people I'm naming or allegedly affiliated with the Illuminati.
Yeah, he's definitely.
So everybody on this list is allegedly affiliated with the Illuminati.
Okay.
So there's no question.
Well, for real, I'm unsure, not sure, but I wouldn't put it past him. I'll say that. I'm just unsure.
Well, let me read the statements.
Okay.
Let me read the statement. All of the names on here are allegedly affiliated with the Illuminati.
Okay.
Okay, now, Pharrell Williams, his video for Marilyn Monroe contained Illuminati imagery. Also, Marilyn Monroe was suspected to be a member of the secret group. What y'all think?
I believe that.
Didn't she
She was.
pass away a day later after she said something bad about the Bible?
She was,
it was like a
in
day
with
or
the
two later.
presidents and they family. This is part of the Illuminati. The presidents, the people, the 1%. You know, it's people in where is that in England?
I think she died.
That's got a lot to do with Illuminati.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of symbolism where you know when something is Illuminati. When you look at all the videos that have this black and white floor, checkerboard floor.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm glad you said
That's
that.
symbolism.
But
You know who?
oh boy, we fit unpack some shit.
Well,
We
they
fit
claim
on
That's
even-
funny you said that.
We
Even
fit
on our
unpack
church.
something. You talking?
Yeah.
We fit unpack
It
something.
is. I've studied this stuff.
Okay,
You know who has the black-
we fit unpack
Yeah.
some stuff.
Janelle Monáe, she takes a lot of black and white. She has her and Lady Gaga and any other lady girl too.
So not to cut Freddie G show.
No, go for it.
But
Talk
when
your
you
shit.
mentioned, you say her name again,
Janelle Monáe,
and they had what going on?
the black and white floor, just
So
like you said.
that doesn't make her Illuminati. That makes the people who's trying to put her
Put her
up
in
front,
front.
compete with the Illuminati. They needed to look like what the people with the money.
Got
spending.
you. Well, Lady Gaga and then the other girl.
They are
Oh,
definitely
yeah, that-
affiliated.
Yes.
Okay, so Sean P. Diddy Combs.
Definitely affiliation.
Well,
Yeah.
keep in mind, everybody on this list is allegedly affiliated with the Illuminati. Now, Sean P. Diddy Combs, he is alleged a member of the Illuminati. Many believe that he was part of the sacrifice, that he took part in the sacrifice of Tupac and Biggie in the 90s.
I believe it.
I believe it. I believe it, definitely.
I believe he may be part of Illuminati, but as far as that conspiracy theory you just mentioned, I find it hard to believe
The
that.
90s hip hop era was his era.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Not just part of it. All of it. Because he got it from somebody that allowed him to be that person in the forefront of all of these people.
Okay. So the next one, Eminem. He frequently incorporates Illuminati imagery into his album covers. He presented himself as the devil on the single Berserk. And he covered one eye on his album cover for The Relapse.
I believe
And these are all symbols.
Yeah, these are all conspiracy theories to prove that these people are part of the Illuminati.
I
Everything
believe
that I'm reading, it's kind of like, okay, here's proof. They doing these symbolism. They doing this. And so these is conspiracy theories proof that they are a part of Illuminati. You agree with that, K-Man?
Allegedly.
Eminem? Allegedly.
I do. I agree. Allegedly.
And again, it's just hard for me because I do believe in it. I just don't understand it. So,
Okay. So the next one, Jay-Z.
Definitely.
He has fully embraced the diamond hand signal of the Illuminati. And he frequently encouraged his fans to join him in raising their diamonds. Y'all agree?
I agree.
Illuminati?
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, when he signed that contract.
So let me, well, I'm not going to jump the gun. Okay. You agree, K-Money?
I'm kind of straddling the fence. I mean, because Rock Nation, I heard of Rock Nation before I heard of any Illumination talk, and me. So I'm thinking he's just throwing up the rock. But I do understand that that's somewhat of a symbol of Illuminati. Just like I've heard that there's symbols on our currency.
This concludes part 1 of a 2-part episode for today's show. So come back and join us for part 2.